Welcome to my drone lab, the second of 2017, and what we're going to be doing here once some students show up is teaching them some stuff about how drums work, how the mechanical, physical properties of drums relate to the sounds that we get out of drums, and how to get them recorded without spending arms and legs and forevers on getting that elusive drum sound. Because it's not nearly as hard as people would have you believe. Because I can do it. The snare drum came to us via the military in about the 1300s. Battles became sufficiently loud that it was not possible to communicate with the people who were attempting to kill one another. They used drums to have soldiers, march in cadence. They used drums to alert them to, like, it's time, we're booking. The reason that drums were selected for that is, just one more, thank you. That is an astonishingly high dynamic range event. Okay, it rises from silence to its loudest point incredibly quickly. And even though it might not be the loudest sound you ever heard, the fact is that this hearing apparatus is most attuned to rapid changes in dynamic range. And then, of course, there's the kick drum. It's the bottom end. It's the heartbeat. Strike that one, okay? And it's the largest column of air. It's a column of air. When you leave the kick drum microphone outside of the drum, it picks up other stuff. What if there's some snare drum leakage into the kick drum microphone? What is going to happen to the orbit of the moon as a result of that? The way that you know you're getting good cymbal sounds when you're recording is, can we have one strike in the bell, please? All right. Now, when she hits that again, listen to the sound start, where it gets hit with the stick and it goes circularly around the cymbal until it gets to the edge. Now see, and that's something most people, when they're recording drums, if they get the clang, they're like, oh, but that's not the interesting part. You got to get the interesting part. Between the kick drum and the snare drum is what moves the rhythm of most music that uses drums of this nature. And we are used to hearing, in most instances, the odd numbers of the count of the measure being played on the kick drum and the even numbers being played on the snare drum, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. And see if this doesn't sound like about 75% of the rock and roll drum parts you've ever heard in your whole life. Hook it up. If you move, for instance, the time of that backbeat back in time just a little bit, so you can actually lay in the backbeat, then you get a thing going on that turns into the groove, or it turns into playing in the pocket. That compels your body to move in a way that the straight 8, the 4 on the floor, and the straight 8s doesn't make you do. I would say, so as soon as you open up that pocket, you're doing music. You're actually playing music. We don't ever want the microphone to be in the way, like when Dani goes to play on here, we don't want the microphone to be in the way. If we had to, we could even, so I would be willing to sacrifice using this microphone to use a smaller one to get it in tighter. I don't think we need to do that this time. Okay? If you were watching those meters like I know I was, you'll see that we're averaging somewhere around -12 and we're peaking no higher than -4.
Even before that whole process,
Okay.
you know what I'm about to say, right?
I do, but go ahead.
Is that it's not going to sound good on there if it doesn't sound good in the room.
Right.
So just leaving Drum Lab, and I had a really great time, and now we're going to be heading home, but I hope you guys enjoy this episode.